Hello, audience. My name is Dawson. His name is Justin.
Hello.
And today we saw Logan. This is going to be a heavy spoiler review. So if you don't want spoilers for Logan, it just came out 2 days ago, so I don't blame you. But this is spoiler heavy.
I just want to say real quick, this is the soonest we've seen a movie like after its release in a very long time.
Probably since Civil War. We
Yeah.
saw it the day after it came out. Well, we saw it the day of.
Mhm.
We just didn't go to the midnight release, so we saw it the day of.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's been a while, but it's very nice.
So the plot for Logan has been out there for a while, but it also has kind of been shrouded in a little bit of mystery. So let me tell you what it's about. In the near future, a weary Logan cares for an ailing Professor X in a hideout on the Mexican border. But Logan attempts to hide from the world, and his legacy are upended when a young mutant arrives, being pursued by dark forces. This movie, of course, stars Hugh Jackman as Logan, Charles, yeah, Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier, Daphne Keane as Laura, Boyd Holbrook as Pierce, and those kind of main ones. And then we also have the guy who plays Caliban, who is Stephen Merchant. And there's a bunch of other characters in there, but those are kind of like the main ones. You also have the guy who plays Dr. Rice, who is in charge of the Weapon X program at this point, taking over from his father. But as we all know, this is Hugh Jackman's final performance as Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, first and foremost, before we actually get into the review, for the past 17 years, pretty much all of our life,
All but like
2 years,
just about, yeah.
he has been the superhero for our generation. And for that, very grateful that he's stuck around for almost 20 years playing the same guy in so many movies.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Every other universe has rebooted like twice, but he's stayed Wolverine for the longest. Like
Yeah.
there was all the one-off Marvel movies and one-off DC movies, but X-Men, even though they rebooted themselves a couple times, it's always been Hugh Jackman.
Always. Except for one.
Except for one.
When it was Troye Sivan as young Logan, or young James Howell. But Justin, I usually go long-winded. So, what did you think of Logan?
So this movie, I'll describe it as soul-crushing. It takes the characters you
Yeah.
love, and it just rips them away from you. It starts out, you're already kind of sad because Logan is having basically a shit of a life, basically just doing whatever he can. He's a what?
Don't put your phone in front of the mic.
Oh, my bad.
You're like clicking it.
I wasn't even thinking about it, but he's doing whatever he can for money so he can get medicine for Xavier. And then we see Professor X, and he is just in a very run-down state.
Yeah, he has Alzheimer's. He has a degenerative brain disorder.
Yeah.
With the strongest mind on planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's having seizures and stuff like that. So he's very far off.
It's just like we saw him like not too long ago, Professor X, and he looked fine. And like this, I know is in like the distant future. It's like 25, something like that, somewhere around that
And
year.
it's a different universe.
Yeah.
Mind you. So that when you see Wolverine or Wolverine 2, X-Men Origins, whatever you see, this Logan, this Professor X, this is an entirely universe of its own.
Uh-huh.
It's just the Old Man Logan universe, from what I know. Because obviously, there's lots of stuff that kind of contradicts some past events.
The whole timeline's a screwy thing, but the movies are still good.
Especially since you have Days of Futures Past, which even takes place further in the timeline than this movie. And of course, you know what happens in this movie, so that movie can't take place with the events of this movie.
Yeah.
Continue.
But just seeing Patrick Stewart with what I'm guessing is a lot of makeup work to make him look like he's literally dying, it hurts.
Hmm.
Um, and seeing Hugh Jackman all like grayed up and all that with his hair, because he was in a movie like not too long ago. He was in he was kind of an Apocalypse for like a minute, but like he didn't look bad in that movie. He looked like he has for like the past 17 years almost. But this movie, they aged the hell out of him. He has so many wrinkles and so much like he's starting to get a lot of gray hair,
Scars.
scars everywhere. It's just you can see it in like both his and Patrick Stewart's eyes, like that they're just like
They're broken.
yeah, it's
They're
like
just broken.
it just hurts.
And they're not the last mutants left, but from the ones that we know of.
Yeah,
They kind of felt like Caliban, Professor X, and Wolverine were like the last mutants.
yeah, the
Especially
last natural mutants.
natural mutants, of course. And it's it's hard. It's hard watching them, you know, because this when you watch any other Wolverine movie, any other one with Wolverine in it, he's a completely different character.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman is still playing Wolverine, but he's Logan now.
Yeah,
He's just Logan. Wolverine is something he stripped from himself a long time ago. And when people bring it up, or he sees these comic books of him, um, he wants nothing of it anymore. He he wants to die.
yeah,
I mean, the huge quote that was going on with this movie is "Nature made me a freak, humans made me a weapon, and God made me live too long."
mm-hmm.
And you can really feel that in this movie. He's old, he's broken. He is the whole thing about this. The reason his healing factor is not working anymore, not as fast, and the reason he's just the adamantium that was placed inside his body is poisoning him.
Mm-hmm.
Which would just basically all of his powers that he has, all these badass things we've seen him do for the last 17 years are now stripped from him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's just very broken. He's stumbling. He's a hard alcoholic. He's taking different kinds of medications. But yeah, the thing that made him the most badass, the thing that we all wanted, the power that he had, we all wanted these cool claws, these invincibility. It's killing him.
Yeah,
The one thing that made him so cool is why he's broken now.
yeah.
Which is it's tough to think about. You'll never watch a Wolverine movie again or again the same after seeing this movie.
If they even want to attempt another, at least male Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean you'll just never see Wolverine the character the same again
Mm-hmm.
after seeing this movie. Whether it's just Hugh Jackman's performance or whether it's any type of
X-23.
X-23 mutant, you're never going to see him again the same.
Yeah.
It's just very strange. Continue with your thing.
So moving onwards towards more of like the plot elements besides just the characters. So major spoiler number one basically is they basically hold up at these nice folks' house for a night because they helped them with their horses on the road, and then shit goes down because of course it has to. And that's where we see Professor X die. And that's the first thing that's ripped from you.
Yeah. So we see that the Weapon X program has created a lot of new mutants,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them is X-24, who is almost just a clone of Wolverine. It's played by Hugh Jackman.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously looks younger with a buzz cut, but mutton chops and all. And you have this whole heartfelt thing where you think that Logan's just coming back in the morning or coming back whenever to get Professor X and Laura. And you see the claw, you see the hand go over the chest, the claws come out really fast, and then Professor X will start bleeding out and look up to this really young Logan, which caught me off guard at first. I didn't know that they're gonna go that route of type of clone
Mm-hmm.
in this movie.
See, when I first saw this scene, I was thinking like, is this
It's a
just like,
dream.
yeah, I was like, is this some kind of like fucked up nightmare?
Yeah.
But no.
No, it's just they cloned him, some type of something they did,
Yeah.
and they killed Professor X. That was tough because I mean we've seen him die before, but
Not like this.
not like this. They're not a brittle old man.
Yeah, before it wasn't just like basically just completely like ripped apart, like molecule
Yeah.
by molecule.
Yeah, Jean Grey.
Yeah. But this, he was literally just stabbed. He just bled out.
That's it. And one thing about this movie, of course, it's rated R,
Yeah.
and it
It
got
takes it.
every ounce of that R rating.
Yeah.
The opening scene alone, when he wakes up in his limo
Hmm.
and these guys are trying to steal his tires, strip his car, that scene alone just brings you. If you can hear a door opening, my cat's trying to get into the room. But you feel that this movie is going to be like no other X-Men movie before it. I mean, with Deadpool, you saw a bunch of violence.
But it
I
was
don't
like
feel-
comical violence.
Yeah, I don't feel like that movie had the. Hi, Bobo. Sorry, come here.
Anyways, but I don't think I've ever seen a action movie quite like this where I actually was terrified watching someone getting beat up.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, like
these people are kicking the shit out of him to no end.
yeah, because I mean, in this movie, one of the things that it's different. Another reason it's different is Logan can get his butt kicked.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll bounce back, kind of, but never before do you see Logan just go down
Yeah.
and stay down. In this movie, a few times he just went down, and though he took a lot of people with him,
He still took a lot of hits.
yeah, he took a lot of hits. This movie, the costume designers, their main thing was holes and blood.
Yeah.
Ripped up clothes, holes, blood. That was the entire costume design for the movie, for Logan, for Laura, Professor X, kind of.
Hmm.
But it was just a lot of blood, lots of costume changes. So Laura is a part of this program that, I mean, you guys obviously have seen it, but a part of this program that, the Weapon X program, that are just creating new mutants. They want to control mutant kind.
Hmm.
They've already wiped them out for the most part, except for these last few mutants. And these people are trying to get Laura back because obviously she's the most powerful one out of these kids.
Yeah.
And there's, what would you say, at least a dozen kids
Somewhere around there, yeah.
in this program that are at least left. And they're just trying to hunt her down. The whole movie is just Logan trying to get Laura, his daughter, to a safe place. And he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to come to the realization that this is his daughter, this is his blood, this is who he is.
Hmm.
He doesn't want family anymore. He's waiting for Professor X to die. He's waiting for himself to die, and he's just trying to get to that point. And this girl just pops up and asks quite a bit from him, from what he feels. Feels quite a bit. Shh, don't talk. No, it's not Dawson, Justin, and Bella. You can't do this. But there's just so many hard-hitting points in the movie that it's like watching a dead dog get kicked. It's just like beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again. And there's tons of parts of the movie where there's badass fight scenes. There's lots of blood. There's no hold back on the blood in this movie and the gore factor. They make reference to like Freddy Krueger in the beginning, and if you've seen Nightmare on Elm Street or you know anything about him, there's lots of gore in those movies. It's a lot of blood, and they really showed that in this one.
Like, never would I have imagined we'd see basically people being decapitated in an X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Because even though Wolverine has been like this strong guy that can slash through anybody, for so long, we haven't actually seen him actually like, penetrate somebody.
Not in this
Not in
sense.
this sense of where we see like the blades go like through the bottom of somebody's head and come out the top.
Yeah.
Like we've seen him like slash at people, but we've never seen him go this all out and literally just shred through people.
Yeah. And it's awesome.
Yeah,
It's really awesome, and it makes me sad that it took this long to see that.
yeah,
You know, we've seen him kill people. We've seen stuff like that,
yeah. X-Men movies don't shy away from killing people.
but this is different. This movie is different. It's special, and it's the last time we're gonna see it. And honestly, the only thing that would have made this movie even better, which they wouldn't have done, and it wouldn't make any sense to do it, but I feel like everybody that loves Wolverine, that loves Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, the one thing that's always been missing from him is just his classic costume.
I mean, they nodded to it because of the comic books, but
Yeah, they nod to it, and then there's a deleted scene from, I believe, the Wolverine or one of the movies
Mhm.
of him opening a suitcase with his costume in there. That was put in like bonus scenes on like a featurette on a movie, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever it is. But that's the only thing that's like missing from Wolverine that we've never seen. We've got like the pointy hair that kind of signified, the whatever. But
I feel like at this point though, he wouldn't look right in that costume.
no, he wouldn't look right. But it just the whole thing that we've seen him all these years, and we've never gotten that. It's not that disappointing in this movie. It didn't take much away, but just to have him suit up one time, even if it was a bonus credit scene, the after credit scene, and it was just a young Logan and seeing the adventures of the old X-Men from the comic books and having them kind of like comic book style things. 30 seconds of him just running in the costume, and that's it. That's all. That would have been cool, even if it's just completely different from this movie. Just to see a live action interpretation of these comic books would have been cool, but it still doesn't mean this movie wasn't fantastic.
Yeah.
And though I can see from some critics, from some reviewers that's seen this movie, no one I've read or seen has said this movie is bad. But there are some things in this, like the movie is a little bit slow.
Yeah.
There are some slow points in the movie that drag on for
It's
a little
like
bit.
it feels like really slow, and then it gets really fast towards the end, where it's like the whole goal was to get to this place called Eden,
Yeah.
and then Hugh Jackman falls asleep, and then Laura starts driving, which is very strange for a child, but it's whatever. I assume that she has some kind of enhanced mentality, but
She has enhanced driving skills.
but and then when Logan wakes up, they're just there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I didn't know it was just out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and how did Laura know to get there? I don't know. There are some
I mean, she had a
inconsistencies.
map, so you could
She had a map, but I mean,
you can kind of
Kind of.
understand. But it's like just the whole fast of the movie is about the journey to getting there, and it's just
yeah,
okay, we're here.
it feels like in the beginning, it's just this whole thing building up to him finding Laura, then a road trip movie,
Hmm.
and then at the end, this whole battle sequence,
Yeah.
this whole war thing that happened. But it was really good, and the thing that we've been holding back this entire time. Not only did we see the death of Charles Xavier, but we saw the death of Logan,
Yeah,
and you know,
it's hard.
it's hard. It's really hard because he's not coming back. There's a scene in Batman v Superman where Superman's killed for some fucking reason,
Hmm.
and then the movie comes back.
I told you walking out of the theater that I expected him so much just to raise his fist out of the ground at the very end,
Yeah,
but
but no.
they ended it much differently, where Laura takes the cross that they made and put it on his side to simplify an X.
Yeah,
Which,
and that hit.
right in the chest.
When you see them all around, when you see her crying, and she calls him dad and stuff,
Yeah.
that hit you. And then there's this whole thing where Laura gives a speech, and then the kids have to move on.
Mhm.
And when she flips the cross to an X,
See, my dream ending of this movie would be Logan living on with a newfound purpose of life, and like him basically like raising these children and teaching them, making them the new X-Men. But that's a dream. It's not the reality.
And this movie was not building towards that.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie was the end of Wolverine.
Yeah.
The end of Logan. It's burying everything that's happened to him, and it did that.
Yeah.
It did that, and like I said, you're never gonna watch an X-Men movie, a Wolverine movie,
Anything like that.
anything like that again the same way. So, thanks, Hugh. Thanks, you did really good on your final outing. Though I never want to see you go.
It's sad to see you leave, though.
But you gave us the best Wolverine movie we could have ever gotten.
Yeah. Like the first two are
Third time's a charm.
yeah, like the first two, the overall opinion is that they're not great. There's some people that might be out there that might stick up for them, but this one is like they hadn't failed twice before. They just nailed it perfectly.
Yeah.
It's so fucking heart-wrenching.
It's hard to see. A lot of this movie, or a lot of this review is just us saying
It's sad.
it's sad, it's hard.
But that's the full
reality.
truth.
That's the reality. I mean, you have to experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
And if you have experienced it and you're not feeling these feelings, I'm sorry to tell you.
And you might need to see a therapist.
Yeah, you're not a fan then. You're not a fan. You don't. It's really hard not just feeling just shitty.
Do you want to move on to ratings and recommendations?
Yeah, let's go.
Dawson, you go first this time. What do you give it?
Hugh Jackman, writers, directors, everybody that worked on this movie, you guys did really good, and the perfections outweigh the imperfections of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel for the first time, Logan, you get a 10.
God damn. I don't think I'm going to follow suit with a 10, but I'm going to give it a 9.5.
You know, I'm gonna give it a 10
Why?
as he's Weapon 10, Weapon X, and this is our final goodbye.
And I don't think we even have to say it, but just so I can throw it up on screen, do you recommend?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Justin, take us out.
We'd like to thank you all for watching. Let us know down below. What did you think of Logan? What do you think about Wolverine in general? Just give me all your thoughts and opinions on everything Wolverine related, because goddamn, I can't. I'll just leave it with a simple goodbye.
See ya, bub.
Okay, so even though we had the perfect ending to the video, there's a few more things I want to discuss. Super short, super quick, and that is of Daphne Keane, who played Laura. I mean, though we're saying goodbye to Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart, we didn't really talk about X-23 that much besides mentioning her, and I wanted to say that though she had very little to say in the movie, she was extremely badass and amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She was just such a cool character. And I want to see more from Daphne Keane as X-23, whether it be a few years from now or if she continues to be a kid and grows into the role. But I really, really liked her. What about you?
Real quick before I give my thoughts, if you still have her page on IMDb open, can you see how old she is? Because we were talking about this earlier. We couldn't figure out her exact age.
Doesn't have her birthday, but I'll look her up. So continue, and I'll look her up.
Okay. Yeah, she did a great job in the role. Like, though she was not saying much until about the middle of the movie, she was screaming like a goddamn Wolverine. So she
Yeah.
has that already in place. But she was really cool, and um, the her fight scenes were really cool. Her addition of a claw in her foot
Yeah.
is makes for really great combat.
Yeah, and the way that they explained it, at least Patrick Stewart explained it, it was perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, she is really cool. The character itself is really cool. If they want to continue to use her for X-23, that'd be cool. If they want to time travel a few years and get some a more older, late teens, early 20s girl to play X-23, that'd be cool too. But as long as the character is still around, because I feel like X-Men needs a Wolverine in some sense at
Yeah.
this point. It's just not the same without him or without a Wolverine.
Yeah.
Do you have anything
So
else?
she's either 11 or 12.
So
Um,
I said she was
she's-
about 10. You said she was about 13. So about split the difference.
yeah, she said she was born in 2015, but she could
Born
be
in
either 11 or
2015?
12 right now. Yeah, or 2015, 2005. Sorry,
Okay, so
she could
Yeah.
either be 11 or 12 right now.
she still looks incredibly young. So we could either see her grow into the role, or they could just hire an older person for a movie set in a different date.
Sure.
But either way, it'd be cool to have the character stay around.
Yeah, because she is a cool character. But the last thing I wanted to mention, which was an insane series of events that happened after we saw Logan. Me and Justin were walking out of the theater pretty much just in pure silence, because it was so overwhelming, the movie at the end of the movie. And we walked out, got into his car, he turned on his car, and the song that was playing was what's it called? Bye
Bye Bye Bye by NSYNC.
Yeah, Bye 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 by NSYNC. And it started up by going bye bye bye, and I was like, what the hell? And then, to even make it worse, while Bye 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 is playing, me and Justin drive by a Logan's Steakhouse out to the main road. So we were listening to Bye 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 and passing a Logan's Steakhouse. So that was just
It was like the final nail in the coffin.
yeah, it was crazy how that happened. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, the ending to the review is perfect with the whole bye bub thing. But I did want to add those on because I feel like though Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart did a fantastic job, I have to give big kudos to the girl who played Laura. She was just really, really good. Daphne.
Same.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So thank you for watching again, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye.